All right, guys, so I want to do a video on Royce Gracie, R-O-Y-C-E, Gracie. And man, he is one of the most important figures in the entire history of martial arts. Nobody really had known the effectiveness outside of the Gracie family of jiu-jitsu, and he really proved it to the world. And martial arts schools, especially Brazilian jiu-jitsu schools, blew up all over the country from seeing how effective Royce's application of jiu-jitsu was. And even I worked running a martial arts school 20 to 25 years after he proved how effective jiu-jitsu was, and man, there were still people coming in to the martial arts school because of Royce. They would voice to me the reason that they were there is because they saw what he did in 1993 at UFC 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, etc., and just how much of an impact it had on them that this smaller, weaker individual really can overcome the stronger individual with technique, timing, and leverage rather than brute strength. So his first fight in the UFC was against a guy named Art Jimmerson, who was a boxer, and Art had worn one boxing glove on one hand, and his other hand was just a bare fist, so that he could grab with one and punch with the other. And this was the first showing ever of Gracie Jiu-Jitsu on a stage that the entire world saw it.
Anytime real soon. That's what Royce's strategy is right now. As the Brazilians always say, if you have a good clinch, you have good jiu-jitsu.
I think there's a little bit too much strain. They're going to have to do something pretty soon, because I think Art is a little bit worried here.
There it is. There it is. And he's on the ground. Now we're watching Royce take the mount position. And that's exactly where the jiu-jitsu man wants to be.
So what you're going to see here in Royce's fight is he's going to keep a far distance from his opponent. He's going to stay completely out of range where neither him nor his opponent can hit each other. And he's going against a boxer who's skilled in punching. So what he's doing is he's using his leg as the longest possible tool, the longest reach that you have in a fight. And he's throwing something that looks like a side kick or a stomp kick, or sometimes referred to as an oblique kick, to the leg and to the knee to keep the boxer at a range where he cannot hit him. And you see the boxer, he's trying to move, he's trying to figure out how to close the distance to get in a boxing punch. But what Royce wants to do is he wants to spend as little time in what's referred to as the pocket as possible. So he's going to go all the way from a far distance and immediately spend as little time in the pocket or in the range where they can hit each other, and immediately go into a clinch. So the type of clinch that Royce decides to go for here, he does a basic double leg takedown, and this is just simple stuff. All you need to do is you just pin the guy's legs together, and you add a force where he's going backwards, and there's an easy double leg where he knocks him to his butt. And essentially then he's in Royce's world. It's clear that he doesn't know what to do on the bottom. He did have a bit of an underhook when he was in what's called bottom side control, and Royce throws his leg over and mounts him, and really the fight is pretty much completely over at this point, and it had just begun. So that's what you saw in that clip, and it's really amazing to see the power of jiu-jitsu.
Take the mount position. And that's exactly where the jiu-jitsu man wants to be. He's on top. This is not a good place for Art
to work a little bit of headbutt.
Look at those legs. Now look at those legs right there. Royce's legs in back the weapon. That opponent
good anchor.
Can't get his legs off the ground. As soon as Art tries to lift his legs, Royce will strip. No fun being on the bottom with of a jiu-jitsu man.
But I think Art's doing pretty good because he's trying to keep him as close to him as he can.
Well, I tell you, that glove is really working in Art's against Art, because he can't grab.
He can't grab, he can't pull him in tight.
You bet. If I were him, perhaps he might think about taking that thing off right now.
Take a break and take it off.
So you see here where Royce Gracie mounts, and what he does is he wraps his legs around art, and it's called grapevining the legs, and that really sticks you to your opponent. And it's clear that Art is not sure what to do here. Royce actually throws a headbutt, which is not legal these days, and man, I mean, that's basically all she wrote. And Royce just stays in top mount for a little while, and Art taps out, and that was the end of that. Now you might think, well, like, what did he actually do there? What like was the purpose of that? Like, it doesn't seem like Art just gave up out of nowhere. And to be honest with you, I've been in so many situations rolling with people that are new. The suffocation and the pressure that you feel of being underneath someone who is really experienced in jiu-jitsu is not a little thing. I mean, once you experience it, you really know how terrible it could be under there. And if you don't have any techniques or ways to get out of that, you're just in a situation where you could take a lot of punishment, and you don't have any answers to the problems that Royce is going to give you. So he taps out, and Gracie Jiu-Jitsu prevailed in the first ever Gracie fight in the UFC. And as you'll see throughout Royce's legendary career, it gets crazier and crazier and crazier. So please throw a like, share, subscribe, and let me know if you like these Royce Gracie breakdown videos.